Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today here I've got Nat on the episode today.
Hello.
Nat's on this episode today to talk about all things, in her personal training business, personal training career, and diving maybe a bit into her dance background as well, for those who don't know. But Nat, I hope I've done you justice with a quick introduction, but did you want to add on top of that there?
Yes, I am currently working as a personal trainer and a sports nutritionist, just qualified.
Yep, congrats.
Thank you. Based in obviously Melbourne, in the northern suburbs, inner north.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
And how long have you been doing personal training for?
5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. So that, you probably listened to a few episodes now, so you probably know what's coming up next, but for those who don't know Nat, we'll get into a couple of rapid fire questions to get to know you a bit more. So first question is, what is the best thing you can cook?
Oh, okay. I do make some pretty good pastas. I think like a puttanesca. Have you heard of it?
No, what's it?
So it's like anchovies. You like anchovies?
No, I don't.
Okay. I lost you.
It probably doesn't help, but continue though.
Okay, so it's like anchovies, chilies, capers, and then like just like a tomato base. And then, did I say chili already? Parsley.
Yeah.
And then just pasta. And it's like unreal.
Oh,
you can't even taste the anchovy. It's just like salty and spicy.
Okay, done. Sounds like
No, not so still.
Okay, done. It sounds like dinner's at your place next.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. If you could have dinner with 3 people dead or alive, who would it be?
Okay. Louis Theroux is probably the first one that comes to mind. I know everyone says him, but like I just want to pick his brain.
Yep.
Amelia from Chicken Shop Date. Do you know her?
No, I don't know Chicken Shop Date. No.
Okay, it's
That's fine.
Just
This is your dinner. Yep.
And then maybe like Stevie Nicks or something from Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
Done. And what restaurant would you guys go to? It's like
I would love actually go to like just a pho place in Footscray.
Okay.
I think it'll be fun.
That's
like everyone just get their like
nice
nice
local.
pho, and then you're like slurping it and then just chatting. I think that'll be fun.
Oh, that's awesome. We're currently in Melbourne, so it's winter time at the moment. It'll probably suit the theme
Suit
quite well.
weather. Yeah.
Your favorite holiday destination you've been to or you want to go to? Actually, give me both. One that you've been to and one that's on like your bucket list of places to go to.
I mean, I have to say Hong Kong. I have to be biased. I have to say Hong Kong, obviously I've been to.
Born and raised.
It's just born and raised. Lots to do there. Like even just like hiking and beach. I feel like people when they think Hong Kong, they don't think about like they don't think of like hiking and the nature of it. But there's actually so much nice naturey things to do. So you get like the food, the nature, the city life, the like everything. So Hong Kong. And then like a place I would like to go. Well, there's plenty. There's so many, but I think me and my partner have recently been talking about like hiking the Himalayas, in Nepal.
Oh goodness.
So I think maybe that's probably a bucket list item. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Okay. Oh, I just had some friends recently come back from Hong Kong, and they said that there's like 530 gates at the airport. Is that true?
No, I think. Wait, hang on. Are they a Hong Kong citizen or?
No, they're Australian. The Aussie
there you
tourists.
go. Yeah.
There's like 530 gates they saw or something.
Probably. As in gates for the like terminals.
Yeah, terminals.
Oh, sorry. I thought there's 500 gates you have to get through.
Oh no! Oh my god! You'll be there forever.
I was like, no. It was like one gate for me.
530. What do you call it? Departure gates?
Yes,
arrival
probably.
Gates?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and sometimes
Jesus.
you have to take 2 trains to get to like certain terminals and things like that. But amazing airport.
Yeah, no, I've been there, I think 2017, loved it, so definitely want to go back.
Yes,
awesome.
You have to.
And last question.
Yeah.
For those who can't see, Nat's wearing an Arsenal top. Unfortunately, is Arsenal going to win the Premier League as of the 18th of May?
I spoke too soon. I think, any Arsenal fan will tell you that the false hope is what kills us.
Yeah.
But this is the closest we've ever been in recent years.
Yeah.
We should win it. Like if we bottle it this year,
I'm gonna. I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna clip this and then hopefully I can use it in the future.
You're gonna hold this against me.
Yeah.
No, we should. Oh, I don't know about Champions League. PSG's a bit hard to beat.
You have 2-in-1 shot of winning something significant for those who don't follow.
I'm gonna back it in and say we're going for the double.
Oh my goodness. We can clip this. We can clip this. I'm gonna get you back on for part 2 just to see the reaction to it.
Alright. Arteta, you hear me.
Alright, cool. No, thanks that. So I introduced and you introduced it before there, but obviously have you here to talk about your personal training background and I guess how you got into that. I think we talked about it offline, but I think it's very awesome the work that you're doing in the female health space there.
Thank you.
Now being qualified in sports nutrition as well. But if you're happy to talk about it, talk us through your background in fitness and health, and then how it's got into where you are now, where you've completed your sports degree there, but also at the same time, you're 5 years into your PT career. So take us back right to the start. Has it always been something that's been prevalent in your life?
Yes. So my dad was a PE teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My mum taught yoga and aerobics back in the 90s.
Yes.
Like when she was pregnant with me.
No way.
So yeah, I guess like it's probably has always been prevalent. And as kids, my parents are always like, take us out for hikes. Like me and my dad used to go for runs every day after I finished school in like primary school and stuff like that, as opposed to TV or Disney channels and stuff like that. But so it's always been like, I guess it's always been a really active household, and I've been dancing since I started dancing when I was 3, and all up till I was like 23, so like 20 years of dancing. Wow. So danced, and then throughout I got into uni, so Bachelor of Creative Arts in Dance at Deakin. Did my honours as well. So just like my whole life. And then in school I played like handball.
European handball?
I think so. Is that
the one where you throw it into the net?
Is that non-European handball?
I don't think there is, but I think when I was in high school, they called it European handball.
Probably, yeah. So the one where you like kind of throw it in and stuff. I played that. I did track and field like 100, 200, 400.
Were you really fast, I imagine?
I was fast enough to have a few medals, but I wouldn't say I was really fast. Like I was fast enough in my school, but my sisters were way better runners than I was. And like lots of track. I tried long distance running. Like we did cross country. Yes, cross country. Hated it. But they needed someone on their team or something. So I was just like, I gotta do it. Probably why I still don't run these days. I hated it. So I just always been sporty. And then when I was at uni, started gym. As everyone does with my friends and stuff like that. And
was that to supplement your dancing at the time, or was it just more I want to look good, or people were doing it and you kind of wanted to check it out, or what sparked that interest?
Probably a bit of both. Definitely wanted to obviously be stronger for dance because it is quite demanding, I guess, doing it full time. But probably like a bit of like body image things as well, like just as any, I guess, like late like teens and early 20s girls do. Definitely a bit of both. And then obviously I graduated my dance degree into COVID. So all like my shows and projects and everything were kind of cancelled. But I was doing my Cert 3 and 4 part-time when I was at uni. So that was kind of like my plan B, and it ended up working out. So got a job as a personal trainer. And then through a friend, I ended up where I am now.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Did your parents kind of encourage you to have a backup plan for dance, or was it kind of your own thing that you always had this interest in fitness and health, and then you kind of like, maybe dance may or may not work out, whether it was COVID or not, and then you decided to study? How did that come about?
I think it was my idea to have a backup plan. I think realistically, I always knew like there just aren't that many paid jobs in the dance industry or just the art industry in general. So I think I was really always quite logical about that, and then knowing that like I probably need like a plan B, or even seeing some of my teachers that even as like a dance teacher had other jobs outside of that. Just I knew I needed like some kind of a backup plan. So it ended up working out, and and now I'm here.
That's awesome. And you're in contemporary dancing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So how big of a difference was it to shift from doing contemporary dance, pretty much I imagine day in day out for hours and hours, and shifting your focus and time and energy into personal training? Was there much of a adoption period, I guess you could say?
Great question. I think labor wise, probably not much. Like I'm just always moving my body, so like that part of it probably somewhat similar. It's just more weights, I guess. So I did have to get a little bit stronger in terms of actually like picking up like 20 kilo plates or whatever. I think mentally different but somewhat the same. Like I think it's still like looking at someone's body and sort of analyzing the movements and where the hips are, how their knees, how far apart are like certain things, and whether or not it should come narrower to make something more comfortable. Like that kind of thing is still quite, I guess, like my dance education has helped a lot of that. So similar in that ways, but then I guess different in terms of like it's slightly less creative. I guess it's like in the gym is slightly more like rigid for lack of a bit more structured for lack of a better word. In the dance courses, we're always trying to create something and making shit up. And so, can I swear?
No, 100% you can.
And things like that. So like still like I can see how my dance training has sort of really helped in like my coaching and the strength training and being in the gym as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because it's at the forefront of my mind, we'll shift to your social media account. I'll link that in the description and comments below after this episode, so you can go see Nat's awesome content there. But Substack. I've read a couple actually, but I want you to talk about. I want you to talk about it.
Okay.
I think you launched it on the 1st of May, so as of recording, it's about 3 weeks ago now. Talk us through that. So, from my own interpretation of it, it's really. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to explain it. You should explain it.
Okay.
What is
you
Substack?
tell me what you think later.
Okay, done.
So why I started and all that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it was a long time coming.
Yeah.
I think I personally, not that I think there was anything wrong with it, but I personally was just getting a little, I guess, frustrated with like short form content in the sense that like I'm not very natural at like finding a hook. Like everything had a hook for like the first 3 seconds and this and that and that. And I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with it. And some people do an amazing job at it, like Dan and Adrian, for example, like they're so great at it. But it just wasn't, I guess, authentic to me. And I'm not saying that I didn't want to do something because I wasn't good at it. And I did try for like a year, but I think I wasn't finding a lot of like meaning or value out of kind of short form content for myself anyway. And I thought like, oh, like if I were going to spend so much time onto something, then I want it to at least be something that's slightly more meaningful and something that I find a bit more purposeful, for myself. And then chatting to a few friends, and then just the whole idea of Substack kind of come along, and I've read a couple of people artists and this is so great. They are actually able to like, articulate things that you can't fit into a caption on Instagram kind of thing,
100%.
I'm just really drawn to that level of like, I guess, communications and that level of kind of like nuance and discussions and things like that, coming in from different angles, and how like one topic can have like all these different applications to different people. That kind of thing has always been something that I'm really drawn to. I guess that was the reason behind it, and then it just kind of all came about from there.
But put it one step back, when you were making the short form content, and I've obviously had a stalk through your Instagram and whatnot, a combination of it seems to be obviously a lot of informative content, but also at the same time, the more fun content. I think one of the recent ones you made was about making an overnight matcha oats. I think it was. Yes. So Substack, was that kind of an extension of that? So I guess you talked about how your short form content wasn't resonating with you. Was this Substack kind of extension of that, where you're trying to be one informative, but also at the same time kind of promote your own personal brand, but also promote your services as well? Was that the reason why?
I think so. Like I would still always do Instagram at some point, because I think that's just necessary in this day and age. And it's not that I hate it. I think I just, I see it as like you said, like an extension for myself. A lot of things that I can't articulate on Instagram, I'm able to sort of articulate a bit further on Substack, I think. And people that are on Substack usually, I don't know how to say this without sounding like, it's not in a patronizing way at all, but like people that are on Substack are usually looking for those like longer conversations, as opposed to when you're on Instagram, you're most likely just going to be scrolling, right? Like, again, not in a condescending way at all, but then I think having both of them, then just having me like, okay, this is the Substack long version if you want to read it, but if you don't, then this is the little like excerpts that you can kind of just like read the headlines of, kind of thing.
100%.
So having that both kind of coexist makes it a lot more, I guess, like, like makes a lot more sense to me.
100%. And I think it targets, both your audience types,
Exactly.
people that enjoy the shorter form content,
Yeah.
who are maybe time poor, and
For sure.
and then obviously those who are a bit more in search of that longer form content, potentially
Absolutely.
enjoy that. That deeper read into, I guess, your thoughts in your mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. No, but it's awesome, and hopefully looking forward to reading the next one.
Oh my god, yes. I'm working on it.
Alright, done. So let's go back. Let's take you back to day one. You finished your set 3 and 4. You now stepped into the gym for the first time, for the first day. How was your first day into it? How'd you feel, and how did you overcome, some of the challenges of starting out as I guess I'm being honest, a female PT, not probably as super common as a male one. I don't know the percentages there, but how did you overcome that, and were there any challenges that you faced?
Yeah, I think so when I started PT, I still had my barista job because it was just like a half and half. So I actually remember that first day I had my barista shift in the morning, like nervous as hell the whole day.
So you used to get about it.
And I think like the 5 coffees I had didn't help. I'm just so jittery. And I got to the gym.
Yeah.
I was at like a big box commercial gym at the time.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I had maybe 4 sessions booked in that night, and they were all kind of like initial consultations that like the gym kind of leads to you.
Yeah.
I think I had 2 cancellations out of the 4 sessions,
Yeah.
which is so common in this line of work. I think everyone that's like a PT, myo, physio listening to will understand like the cancellations was crazy.
Did they give you a reason why they cancelled?
No, they just sometimes don't show up.
Oh,
I think I remember that was like, there was this one particular client who was an older client that had a few chronic issues, and I had done so much research and prep for it because I was like so nervous. I wrote notes and like do this and that this is the exercises I'm going to put her through. No show.
Oh no.
I remember that clear as day. But I ended up meeting her and she was lovely.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, like I remember, and it was just really nervous. But then I think once the first client kind of came and I got stuck into it, a lot of things just came very naturally to me.
Yeah.
Again, going back to that dance training, a lot of it is just kind of like looking at a body, seeing what you've got in front of you, adjusting things if you need, make things as comfortable for them as possible.
Yeah.
Things like that. And then it was just very natural from then on. But yeah, the nerves definitely continued pretty much every first consultation. I still get nervous to this day sometimes when I meet someone for the first time.
Yeah.
But then just kick myself into gear and then it's all good from there.
Still as detailed as they are day one versus day, 1,500 and something.
Yeah. The nerves does settle a little, but I think it's just always that element of wanting to do a good job, I guess. And like, my mum always said it's like it's better to be over prepared than like under prepared, and I guess that always just stuck with me since I was a child. So like, like it has gotten better, obviously knowledge wise, and like my adaptability and meeting someone, like thinking on the spot and pulling things out of my ass, that kind of thing. Like that stuff has gotten a lot better over the years. But yeah, I think that initial wanting to do a good job and do right by the person will always be there, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I think I missed out on it there. What made you want to become a personal trainer? I think you talked about how like obviously dance fell through for X amount of reasons, and you had a backup plan doing a cert 3 and 4 while you were studying at uni. But why would you want to be a personal trainer? Why did you want to be a PE teacher, for example? Or,
can I be honest? I think it's just happenstance. Like I actually just stumbled across it. Like I think the dance thing didn't work out.
Yep.
And then I had the qualifications, and so I was just like, may as well. And then I ended up liking it. So I guess like, I mean, and through the job, then I'm obviously able to see like direct impact that, it has on people, like, clients that have chronic pains and then through exercising, chronic pain has gone, or for whatever reasons, like, seeing like a lot of direct positive impact that it has on someone's life. I think that's not something that happens every day, I guess, like for a lot of other jobs, I suppose. I guess if I were to become a dancer, then a lot of it will be really good in that sense, but it will be a lot of, I guess, my opinion anyway, in a lot of very like self-serving purposes. Whereas I feel like as a PT, you actually get to have a lot of direct impact on someone else's life and actually, help them.
100%. It's like a service. Yeah. It's like a service you're providing.
Exactly.
Just beyond just yourself.
It's
beyond yourself. It's to the community and also
not that doing things for yourself is a bad thing, but you know what I mean.
I think your career takes up the majority of your life.
Yeah.
And if you want it to be fulfilling and
For sure.
serve the community and serve others, and I think it's
Absolutely.
a very honourable
Yeah.
goal to have.
I think, and then it just stuck. So then I just kept staying as a personal trainer.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So talk us through the people that you generally work with. So you talked about people that have chronic pain or people that are looking to have their weight loss goals. Like what is the typical client that you work in day in day out with?
I'd say mostly Gen Pop people. So
Yep.
like anything from like weight loss, muscle gain, a lot of lifestyle clients, like people that just come in genuine and kind of like change their lifestyle for the better, for lack of better words. And maybe like I have a lot of people coming back from injuries, and then I'll work really closely with their physios or things like that to try to like help build that routine and build that strength back again. I think those are mostly the clients that I work with. Had a couple teenagers over the years as well.
Oh, awesome.
And that's been really it's been really nice to have younger clients who really like see their growth and things like that.
Yeah,
it's really
100%.
nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know that you work with a wide spectrum of people there, it sounds of it there. One thing that I've always come across with across social media and upon my fitness journey, you can call it that, is managing expectations or people's own expectations of whatever their goal may be. How has your management of that changed over the 5 years since you started?
I think when I was starting out, when my knowledge was a little bit more limited, the way I chat to clients was always like, if you do this, you'll do that. If you do this, you'll get this. If you do this, you'll get that. Kind of like quite like textbook, like if you get a direct calorie deficit, you lose weight, things like that, which is not wrong. But I think as I kind of, I guess, matured over the years, you kind of learned that even if it's the same message, you have to deliver it differently to different people because people just respond to different like triggers or words or deliveries and the way you speak and things like that. So like I think just learning about your clients and understanding what are the cues that they respond to the most. Some people need me to be like, all right, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to be standing here. You're going to be here. Some people can't deal with that. Some people think like, oh my God, that's too much. It's actually going to put them off. So you're going to find other ways to be like, all right, like kind of subtly like trick them into doing things or whatever, things like that. And so like, I think at the end of the day, it's just about like finding like what that person actually responds to and then manage their expectations from there. How
have you learned that over the years? Like, is it just taking notes after each session or each person and kind of in the nicest way possible fitting them into this kind of box, so then when you meet a person with the same personality, you potentially kind of apply the same techniques? How have you developed that over the years?
I think just practice. I think just putting in the reps and just like keep like you said, I think sometimes I will be the first to clock if I had said something that I shouldn't have said to certain people. Or, not that I said anything bad or wrong, but I feel like, that probably wasn't the best approach to go with that particular person. And then I'll just remember it for next time. Like if someone else it's experienced certain symptoms. Like I don't know if I ever box people into categories, but there are like people that most of the time experience similar symptoms and things like that, and then you can sort of like then, all right, last time I did this, it didn't quite work, so then let's try this time with an added personalization for this person, and then you kind of just like trial and error over the years, and then you just kind of build this kind of, I guess, rhythm or a bit of a framework for yourself to kind of like go by, and then it kind of just goes from there.
Am I wrong in saying that the majority of your clients are women now, or is it more mixed?
I'd say majority. I do have a few male clients, but I would say majority are women.
What's the biggest myths around women's strength training that you love to bust?
Maddie, you're asking the questions.
This could be a whole Substack right here, but
I know.
But dive into it for me.
I'll give you a couple. I think that you can't lift during pregnancy. That the cycle syncing training was
what's cycle syncing?
So it's the idea that you during certain phases of your cycle, so like you're ovulating or like
this is for women's menstrual cycle, is that right?
Women's menstrual women's menstrual cycle. That you can only do particular things at particular phases. So like I don't remember exactly what was said, but it would be like you can't lift heavy during this phase, and you should only do Pilates during this phase, kind of thing. So I think obviously that's
I'm not well researched in it, but a menstrual cycle lasts typically 28 to 35 days from memory, so 4 or 5 weeks.
But then it also it differs for each person as well. So then when you get someone that says, for every single woman on this planet, you should only do this at this one phase and do that and do this. Don't eat this at this phase, eat that at this phase. It's just, when you apply that to everyone, then you can see how it's so generalizing in that sense.
Yeah.
There's this, have you heard of auto-regulation?
Auto-regulation,
yeah. Exactly. So you would do that anyway. Like you would just which I guess for those that don't know, it's you treat the symptom like on the day, and then you adjust according to the symptoms you have on a day, right? Yeah. And so you would do that anyway. Like I know for a fact that like some of my clients are completely unimpacted by their cycle. Like they are completely fine whether or not they're on their periods. They can lift just as heavy or not as heavy, and certain women are really affected by it. So like their strength in the gym like drastically drop when they're on the period, or when they or the opposite. Yeah. So everyone is so different, and you would just sort of adjust your training according to how they're feeling on a day anyway. Yeah. So it's not to be like, I guess, governed by like cycle syncing and training like that. Yeah. So it's just a bit of a myth for me.
And I guess auto-regulation, to maybe put into a very simplistic term, is maybe, you know, you're got a 4-week program potentially, and week 1 you've done 100 kilos, say 100 kilos, nice round number, and then next week, you're not feeling as good, whether that be, you know, biological or, you know, some life stresses. You might have had a fight with your partner. You didn't sleep. You're staying up too late watching too much Netflix. And instead of doing 100 kilos or progressing from that 100 kilos the week before, you might do 90 or 80 potentially and still induce the same stresses. So the body grows, adapts, but at the same time you're reducing the load. But and the amount of effort and strain on the body is still the same.
Exactly.
Taking into consideration.
It's like the powerlifters coming out. I love that. I love it. Thank you.
I think so.
That was explained way better than I did. Okay.
No, you spend it really
well. But yeah,
well.
exactly. So you would do that anyway for any clients, and whether or not they have a cycle, it's like, you know, and sure, some women are more affected by like the periods and whatever, but then you were going to take that into account.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
So you talked about the myths that women have, and how do you go about overcoming that with your own clients? Like, do you kind of just have a deep conversation with them, or do you kind of like share the resources that you found to kind of bust it, or how do you go about that? Yeah,
I mean, obviously I try to be as educated as I can. So then when people ask questions like that, then I'll be like, oh, there's actually not a, so for example, the cycle syncing thing, like there aren't any research or evidence that actually consistently support that claim.
Yep.
And then I always try and explain that part. And then pretty much what I just said to you, like, you know, all these things you will adjust anyway, which is what we do anyway. Like, you know, when you feel stronger, we'll go heavier. When you feel a bit weaker, we'll go lighter, things like that. Sometimes I'll point clients to people that I follow on Instagram that I find pretty credible, like researchers and scientists and things like that, that I think are a great source of information. Then I'll point it to them, because, you know, let the people do what they're good at, and they because, you know, they read studies and research and things like that, and I think that's pretty good. But yeah, and I think in general, just common sense. Just common sense. And most people are really good with that, and if they respect you, they are going to at least try and listen to you, and sort of like, you know, like I think common sense.
That was my next question. Like, how receptive are they to information? It sounds like, you know, like you said, if they respect you, and I imagine in your line of work, they're seeking your services and, you know, guidance for a reason. So I imagine they're quite receptive to the information that you provide them. It makes it easier for them to adopt that change. And kind of bust their beliefs almost.
Exactly. And it's a two-way street too, you know, like I don't treat them like they're stupid. Like, like if someone comes to me and say, oh, I heard this, and I'm like, nah, that's dumb. Like, then, you know, then you're going to lose that respect. Like you can't treat people like that either. So I guess it's a two-way street to build that relationship and things like that.
That's awesome. Have you ever had a difficult client per se, and with that kind of stuff in terms of, you know, they're hard fixing their beliefs? Then how did you overcome that?
No one has ever challenged me per se. Thank God, very lucky. There are always clients that that are a little bit harder to break. I suppose, or you don't like kind of like click it like straight away. I think that's just like natural in like human nature, I guess. But then I think the way I handle it, you just find common ground. Some people just take a bit longer to sort of like be comfortable. And the gym is scary too. Like, you know, it's a scary place for a lot of people. So
100%.
sometimes it's going to take a little longer to break that barrier, but it shouldn't be like it shouldn't be their fault that they're hard to speak to. It's our job to kind of find that common ground and break the barriers and then get them to open up. So I think I always, if there's ever any challenges with certain clients and whatever, I just always try to remind myself that it's like my job to help them feel comfortable, and it's like not their fault that they're not giving me answers, or like they're just trying to be short and things like that. It's not their fault, you know.
Plus,
like
also, it could be the first time you even meet this person.
Exactly.
Ever.
But yeah, no one's ever like be like, oh, I don't believe anything
I'm not
you
doing
said.
this.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
exactly.
this. Yeah.
No one's ever done that. Thank God. Please don't do that to me.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were 3 exercises that women should be doing in their program. What would they be, and why?
Ooh, I think just strength training in general. Like in general, I don't know if they're like, I don't know if it's beneficial to say these are the 3 exact like movement to do.
Maybe not exercises per se, but is there like a movement like a hinge, or would there be? Yeah, okay.
Probably like then in that sense, like probably like anything that's like hip related, like squats or like hinges, or anything that's sort of like adductors and abductors, like, or like pelvic floor exercises, that kind of thing. Like just like, you know, like not to scare anyone, but I guess women have a higher chance of hip fractures and like risk of fall and things like that, and it's harder for women, especially older women, to recover from our hip fractures compared to men, like when we're older.
Is that because of the anatomy of the hip, or?
Yeah, I think, and as women age, we have less muscle and less bone to lose compared to men as well. So, and I think the rate of it's quicker, like for us to lose. Fact check me on that, but I'm quite confident on it. So yeah, like I think anything that's like hip related and glutes, not just for aesthetics, but obviously being like the most important muscle, like the biggest muscle in our anatomy, and so it just supports a lot of the load and strength and things like that. So anything that around there, I think is really good.
I think upper body as well for women, I think is quite important.
Yes, exactly. I think like people, like clients ask me like, why do I go to do chest presses? I'm like, no, it's because like, you know, like I guess for girls they don't think we don't need to build a chest or anything like that. And it's true, but I guess I just tell them like, you know, it's important that you're like able to push a really heavy door or like push like furniture around and things like that, just being strong in that push movement.
And then they're like, oh, it makes sense now.
Exactly, yeah. And then or if you just always try to relate back to like how their day-to-day life, or just carrying groceries and things like that. Things like, and it will make a lot more sense for. That makes sense. Yeah. AI. Yes.
Very big. Well, I can't say the last few months. I'll say probably years.
Yeah.
Very prevalent, and it's obviously, in the nicest way possible, probably infiltrated into every business, good, bad, or ugly. How have you seen that shift in the personal training space?
Oh my God.
And a follow-up question I have to that is, why would I not use AI, and why would I go with a personal trainer? If that makes sense. If all the data is out there collected onto this robot, why would I? Yeah.
I'll answer the first part first. I think I don't know about you. Let me know what you think. But I think I can tell when someone has used AI to like write something, or like use AI to do a program, or like if they filming something and they use a script that is like completely AI without their own touch on it. Can you tell, or is it just me?
Writing, definitely.
Yes, like if they caption, it's like you can tell, right?
the dashes. Or
sometimes the tone of it, and like I think like ChatGPT has a very specific way of writing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just, I don't know, but yeah, I think so. That definitely has informed the fitness space a lot. I don't know. Do you agree with that?
Do I agree with that? Yes.
Yeah.
I think the way I would describe it is when I use AI to write emails or whatnot in my own personal work, I can see where I would never use that word in that sort of language. If that makes sense. Yes. Because I know what the word means. The words are simple enough. It's not like they're using crazy words. Look up in the dictionary, but it's like those words in that particular sentence I wouldn't use, that person that I know wouldn't use. So I think to answer your question, hopefully that's the way I do it. Do I see it? People writing programs probably can't comment on that too first base. You might be able to be better.
Yeah, like I mean, I personally haven't seen it, but I have heard people say that like they will get like let's say a couple, and then they'll get the same coach to get program some and it'll be a copy and paste from like both of them programs. And I've heard that quite a few times. And again, I can't speak for the majority of people, I don't think, but I can imagine it's happening more often than I realize.
Yeah.
I guess it's not inherently a bad thing. I think like in terms of like using AI, I understand why people do it because it actually speed up things too much. But I think the line is drawn when someone is paying you for a personalized service and then you just kind of copy and paste. I think that's when the line is drawn. Like I understand you use AI to make content or like you need to write up something quickly. I think that's you know there's a nuance there. That's fine. But yeah, I don't really know if it's a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing to do. If someone, like pay you for a service per se. They could have just ChatGPT and heard themselves.
I mean, like, if they're copy and pasting, that's probably not AI's fault per se. That's just a lazy coach.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder how many of online programs are being sold like that as well.
Probably a lot.
Yeah, probably a lot, right? Yeah, I haven't really looked too much into it, but I would imagine.
Coming back to that, you talked about your Substacks, how it's more, I guess, in line with your values around social media content and content creation.
Yeah.
Do you feel like with the use of AI that's driven you away as well? Do you feel like the short form content that not you're producing but the ones you see online, they feel kind of disingenuous because of the scripting and the language AI kind of prompts them to use in their content?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't want to say that someone using AI is inherently making them bad intended.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people are good intended and they see AI as a way that they can sort of execute quicker and maybe better than what they could have come up with themselves, potentially.
Yeah.
So I understand why people use it, but I do see the frustrations of sort of like going online and then kind of just seeing the same content, or it's like, oh, you clearly have, or like certain people that haven't really put any thought into it, and it's just like, yep, like tick, 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 tick kind of thing, you know. And I guess it doesn't affect me in a way, but it does sort of like raise these questions of like, all right, but from the consumer side of things, they are consuming these content that you probably haven't thought too much about. But they don't know what they don't know.
Oh, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So then it's like, okay, so where is the ethics behind that? And then like, you know, as a coach, we have a big responsibility, you know, to make sure, you know, not the wrong information get into the wrong hands and things like that. So then it does like propose these questions of like, all right, where's the line drawn to like how much AI usage is considered appropriate in like coaching or like whatever, things like that. So I think it's definitely a really big issue. I don't know if I sidetracked a little bit, but
no, definitely.
I think it doesn't affect me personally. I don't think. I think as long as a consumer or a creator can stay kind of critical, I think it's fine.
It makes it easier.
But obviously we don't have control over that.
Definitely not.
And then it gets a little bit tricky from there, I think.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Touching back to sports nutrition, why?
Extra qualification. Sounds smarter.
Serving more and sports nutrition.
I think it's good to have, especially now with social media. Now I do want to, like, if I say something, I want to have something to back it up. So like, I guess that's right. It doesn't hurt to do.
Okay. Okay. And you talked about it before, how you've always been sporting growing up, and then before you started your, I was say gym journey. Gym journey doesn't sound right. You went to the gym. You started going to the gym. That's my way of putting it there. And you talked about slightly there the body image and whatnot. Like, you don't want to dive too personally into it. But how was that for you growing up, and how has that changed?
Like in terms of my body image?
Body image, And did sport nutrition have some part to do with that?
Yes, nutrition has a big part for me, I think. I guess growing up, I think I was going through what everyone else was going through, just like really terrible body image. And I think growing up in ballet especially would have contributed a lot to that. It was quite normal that I was called fat, like a lot of times. I think if you think Asian standards as well, I for context, I grew up in like Hong Kong and I went to Taiwan for a little bit, and like Asian girls can be quite petite.
Asian beauty standards.
Yeah, Asian beauty standards are very like petite, like
Yeah.
and to generalize. But yeah, so like I was always like bigger, I guess, in a way, which sounds ridiculous, I know, but it is just how it is, especially in the ballet world as well.
Yeah.
So I was always like told to like, I had an audition and, you know, did well and all that, and the teacher was like, "Oh, you dance really, really well, but just lose some weight and come back next week."
Was the feedback that direct?
The guy was to my face saying it to me.
Like, you did really well.
Yeah,
lose some
you
weight.
danced the best. Like, this part was really good. That was great dancing. Lose some weight. Come back next year.
And
like, too fat. Come back next year.
How did you take that as someone who was, you know?
I think thinking back now, I'm like, oh my God, that's so like screwed up. But at the time, because I was so normalized to be talked to like that, I was just like, yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Like it was just so normalized for me at the time. And then, you know, when I was living in Taiwan, I think that was even more extreme in a sense that like, you know, a teacher would be like, yep, you stop eating, you're getting fat, like in front of the whole class. Or like,
and no one say anything. It was just normal.
No, and again, it's just so normal. It's just so normal to be talked about, and everyone was like, "Yeah, you should probably lose some weight." Like it was just so normal.
Yeah.
So then, as the person receiving it, you'd always be like, "Yep, obviously everyone else thinks this is normal, so I am really fat and I need to stop eating."
Oh my
And then so then that's
goodness.
like, you know, like and again, I don't think I'm alone in having experiences like that. I think it's just a really common thing, and then you add diet culture on top of that. It's just a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would say I've gotten a lot better since then, like in terms of like feeling comfortable in my own body and things like that. I mean, it took a lot of work to get here, but I think nutrition wise, it really helps in the sense that like just understanding like food is fuel, you know, and it's not like I can't have this or like I don't have like restriction per se, but like eating things that actually make me feel good versus like things that might not make me feel as good but makes me happy, and just like
the balance between those two,
just finding out the balance of it and then just enjoying it. Like I mean, I'm Cantonese, I'm gonna eat, like I'm gonna eat.
Food's part of the
exactly,
culture.
food is like, you know, injected in my veins kind of thing. So it's just understanding the balance of it, and then, you know, just having more knowledge around behind it. I know calories have a big taboo and people think it's a certain way. People get quite divisive around it, and I understand the discourse as well, but I think for me, understanding calories and things like that has like its own kind of education in terms of like how to like put out my plates to like actually support the energy that I'm outputting and things like that, to support like you know, like my job is quite labor intensive, you know, like lifting weights and things like that, and understanding nutrition has helped me to like, all right, eat this much and then you get that kind of energy like to support it kind of thing.
Okay, awesome.
It's been like that.
Do you calorie count? And for those who don't calorie count, for the most simplest way possible, whatever your goal is, whether to lose weight, maintain weight, or gain weight, you'll have a base amount of calories, whether that be 1,000, 2,000, actually maybe not 1,000, definitely around 2,000 mark to, you know, however much it could be. And if you eat the same amount of calories each and every single day, you're going to maintain that same weight. And then obviously if you eat less than that, you'll lose weight. You eat more than that, you gain weight. That's very simplistic. Non-educational.
10 out of 10.
Thank you. That non-educational explanation. But now, do you count your own calories?
I had in the past. I don't currently. But I had in the past, if I were to like trying to go through like a surplus or a deficit, then I had in the past.
What made you stop?
Huh?
What made you stop counting calories?
And then I just got what I wanted, so then I can just stop. I think like in terms of like a lifestyle wise, I don't do it for lifestyle, but if I have like a specific goal that I'm trying to achieve, then I will count it. Yeah. But only for a short period of time. I don't believe it's necessary to do that for a lifestyle, like all the time. Not for myself anyway. I know people that do it and then they're completely fine with it. But I personally, I don't think I'm able to do that as a lifestyle.
Is it too restricting? Is that why?
Yeah, I find it restricting. I think, I find it restricting, and it's just so much admin. It's just like a lot of like extra things. And I don't know about you, but when I cook, I never measure anything. I just do the Chinese thing of just chucking everything in and kind of stirring it up kind of thing. So when I do track, then I'll have to obviously weigh everything and sort of things like that. And it's fine if I have like an intention behind it, but when I don't, I'm like, I don't need to.
It is what it is. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, awesome. And then going back to, you know, your body image, I guess, history and the journey that you went through there. For those listening, there might be someone that, you know, is going through that same feelings at the moment there. you talked about it took you a while to overcome that, and you've learned strategies and you've gotten better at it over your fitness journey. Like if someone is out there, whether they be female or male, what were things that you learned and applied to get where you are now, where you're more comfortable in your body? And we all have bad days and good days, but how do you get to a point where you're at least, you know, more than good on most days?
Yeah, exactly. I think two things have helped me the most. Like two concepts have helped me the most. The first one, it's understanding no matter what I do, or no matter like whether I was to get a bigger ass or a flatter stomach or whatever it is, there will always be noises no matter what I do. Like it's like I'll get a bigger ass, but then I'll gain weight, and then I'll be like, oh my god, I need to lose the weight, and then do you know what I mean? Like it's damn you if you do or damn if you don't. So I think that's like the first concept that really helped. That like if you are always trying to match the beauty standards, you will always be unhappy because it's just the standards, I believe, it's set out to make us unhappy. So then we'll buy more products, we'll do more things and buy all these things, right? And I think so that's the first concept that really helped me to understand that like I shouldn't always be trying to change my body to like please certain standards or fit into a certain mold. And the second concept that really helped, actually, I think I wrote a Substack on it as well. It's this concept of body neutrality. Have you heard of it?
I read it.
Yeah. Done your research?
Try to.
No, that's awesome. Well, so I guess the concept is that like a body is a body and we don't always have to attach your feelings to it. So I think even having that pressure of always having to love your body or always thinking that you have to love your body no matter what shape or size you are, it's still attaching a feeling to it, and it's still kind of celebrating your appearances, or based on like placing a celebration on your self-worth based on how you look and your appearances. And so body neutrality is this concept of like, all right, it's a body. Some days you feel good, some days you feel shit, move on. Talk about something less dismissive than that, but I think it's just about, all right, focus on what your body actually can do. Like giving birth, for example, like that's just crazy. Like the woman body, like, you know, you like, I don't like that kind of thing. Like focus on how like strong and your body actually can be. Instead of, you know, like needing to always love or hate your body in a way. So I think those two concepts are the ones that helped me the most in kind of like navigating my good days and my bad days, that kind of thing. How do you deal from bad days? Is it a lot of, do you journal, do you talk to yourself about it, or like do you kind of read your own Substacks about, oh yeah, you know what, I should focus on that? I do try to practice what I preach. Obviously I will have my bad days, but I just was like, look, like, all right, acknowledge it, you're feeling shit, move on, go out for a walk. I don't know, do some, even just like I do star jumps at work. It sounds at home, sorry. But it sounds so dumb, but it's something just like jumping and just kind of get some of the adrenaline out.
Just moving?
Move it, whatever. Like star jumps, burpees if you want to. I would never,
some
but like,
somersaults,
exactly. Just some movement and then just kind of be like, all right, I feel better. Move on, or just, you know, put a podcast on. And I'm really lucky too. I have like a really good support system. Like my friends are amazing, my partner's amazing, my sisters, I'm really close with them. Things like that. My parents are amazing. So I'm really lucky to have like a group around of people around me that like, if I ever had those bad days, I'll just chat to them. Even have to be about that, but just something else in life, and then I forget about it and then move on, kind of thing.
It's like take it.
Exactly. So good friends.
That's awesome. You have to have some truth bombs now that you've finished your sports nutrition education there, that you can impart on not just women but men as well. Listen to this podcast. What would they be?
I think I would go back to the damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like concept. It's like, it's like truth bomb in terms of like, it's like no matter what you do, trying to get bigger or smaller, whatever, there will always be like noises or criticisms and things like that. So then just like start, like don't let anyone's noises stop you in a way. Is that what you were asking?
Maybe more directly, if you know, there was a person that's pursuing and listening to this episode and they're pursuing, you know, a sports endeavor, whether, you know, it's running the fastest 100 meters that they can, lifting the most amount of weights, you know, performing well on their footy match on the weekend.
Yes, gotcha.
What would be some things that you could impart on them so they can, you know, enhance their performance? Because like you said before, you're fueling your body. What could they do?
Sometimes less is more. So like
less food, you mean, or
like as in like instead of trying to do more and more all the time, like trying to trade more, add more recovery sessions, add more of this, sometimes just like good sleep, good nutrition, enough water.
Yep.
Like that takes you further than what most people think, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah. Not less food. Well, like enough food to like support your game or like whatever it is. But I think people tend to like think that in order to perform really, really well, they have to like add all these extra things on top.
Yeah,
And I'm sure they don't do harm and stuff like that. But if the upkeep of all those extra things is kind of stressing you out, then like if you strip all of that and it's just like good nutrition, good training plan, like train smart, good sleep, lots of water, you're good.
You're good to go.
You're
So
good.
like,
you're good to go.
You don't need all those supplements.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
whatnot.
And again, supplementation is not bad, but like but if it's done correctly, and I think it's just like I see a lot of time clients are like stressing about, oh my god, I'm not doing this, I got to do that, but I'm not doing that enough, and it's things like that, and it's just don't worry about it. Just
chill.
Get the foundation done, and less is more sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. We talked about a bit of maybe a few of the negatives within the fitness space on this episode. But what's one trend, or what's a trend that excites you, or what?
So many.
What's some positives?
Yeah,
that you see?
fact check me on this, but I think more women are strength training than ever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think, and then I don't know if it's a trend, but I think there's a lot of new studies that have recently come out now that further proves that women can lift heavy during pregnancy.
Okay.
So that's really cool.
Is there up to, obviously pregnancy lasts typically, up to 52 weeks, sometimes more, sometimes less.
Yeah.
We'll call it 52, what time? Is it 52?
No, 40.
48, no.
No,
9
30,
times 4.
39.
9 times 4, whatever that is.
Yes.
Yes, I know what's 52.
Yeah.
Must be whole year. Anyways, within that 9 months, is there a limit? Maybe not a limit, but is there a X amount of weeks out you probably should be not training, or is it up until pregnancy?
It's up until, I mean, it really depends on the person.
Yeah, of course.
I have clients that train up until the week before.
No way.
Absolutely, completely fine. I mean, it's harder to get up and down
Yeah,
and
of
things
course.
like that, and that they move a lot slower. Absolutely, but I have clients that like train up until the week before, and then the next week they're like, I'm in labor. I'm like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
My dance teacher was teaching dance all up, I think like 2 days before she went into
2
labor.
days?
Yep,
My
she was teaching dance.
Wow.
And I have clients that like by the second trimester they cannot. Like it really just depends on the person.
Yeah.
But studies are showing that it is safe to lift.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like don't start something new. I think that's what it's called. Like if you never deadlift 100 kilos before, don't all of a sudden go and deadlift 100 kilos while you're pregnant. But like if you just continue what you're doing before and you can still lift like like a decent weight and things like that, as long as you feel comfortable, then you're good. Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's really exciting.
Any other trends that you're seeing?
Yeah, I think just in general, people are understanding like protein and like nutrition a lot more. Like I know that whole foods concept. I think people are understanding it more.
For those listening, what's the whole food concept?
So just like people understanding like eating fruits are like, I guess, less processed, for lack of a better word. Like things that are like raw meats and veggies and like good carbs and things like that.
What's good carbs?
I mean, anything. No, sorry, that was bad of me. Like, there's no good or bad carbs, but like people that understand, like nutrition that actually fuels, instead of like, I guess like refined sugars and things like that. Not that they're bad, but like people are understanding how to like, have more knowledge on like how to build a balanced plate and things like that. Like veggies, like, like protein and then like carbs and things like that. As opposed to like, I don't know, like lollies and chocolates and things like that. People have a better understanding of it. I think a lot of women are understanding protein more now as well. I'm hearing a lot more clients kind of come to me and ask about protein, which is awesome.
What's the most common questions you get?
Or like how much protein they should eat, or like how, like what's good protein kind of thing.
And what's your answer? Without giving away all your secrets? Like,
no.
What's the recommendation?
Like I think the recommending protein amount for muscle building is 1.8 to 2.2 grams per body weight. So that's for muscle building. But I think a base health guidelines is like 0.8 to 1 point something. I don't remember. But like, so it depends on whether you want a muscle build or just like baseline health. There's like different kind of prescription, I guess. And then like in terms of like good protein, like I do these a lot because I do try to steer away from the good bad languaging in food.
It's not as black and white.
Exactly, it's not as black and white as that, but I guess I have yet to find more inclusive words in that sense. But like I think just like protein that actually make you feel good after you eat that, or things that you actually like. So it's just whatever that person likes and things like that. And people are like, oh my god, I don't want to eat like red meat, or like I don't want to eat like salmon because it's too much fat or whatever. Then you just kind of explain to them, no, it's okay, like you know, build that balance and things like that and go from there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's actually quite interesting topic there. So you talked about there's X amount of grams of protein that's recommended. If I took your principles there where I don't track my calories, I don't necessarily weigh my food, how would I get to that protein goal without doing either of those things? Or do you think that there's a time and place where you kind of have to count calories and or weigh food to get to that desired outcome? How would you do that? Yeah,
so again, it's a different person-to-person conversation, right? So for example, take us for example right now. So if you came to me and was like, I want to make sure that I am getting enough protein, I'm like, okay, so this is like, you have to get 200 grams a day, let's say. And you're like, how do I know if I'm getting it? I'm like, okay, are you comfortable weighing all your meats and tracking And usually people are like, either a yes or no, I don't want to track at all.
Let's get a no option. What's your tap after that?
Say that again.
Let's say I'm a no. I don't want to weigh. I don't want to weigh.
Then I'd say palm size. So like there is like a plate method where you go like half a plate of veggies and then you go palm size protein, hand cup size carbs, and then thumb size fat. Then I'm like, all right, palm size, so like a piece of chicken breast, like 200 grams piece of chicken breast kind of thing, or like a piece of steak will easily get you 35-40 grams, depends on how big it is, or a piece of like fish, things like that. So I'd go like if you look on your plate, then it should be like portioned like that, and that's like balanced eating, obviously in a very generic way. And then if people, I'd say general, I'd go by that first, and then if someone was like, God, I'm doing all this thing, I'm not getting anywhere, or like I want to be really specific with something, then I'll be like, okay, there will be a time and place where you do have to track so that you know exactly what you're getting. But again, that is that person's decision. I don't think I'll ever like force someone to be like, you have to track. Like they'll have to come to me. If they say, I'm not getting anywhere, I really want to be specific, but I don't want to track, then I'll have to be like, look, like we have to manage the expectations. It's okay, you don't have to track, but then you then also have to understand that we might not be as accurate, specific as or like it will just take us slower to get there. I'm not saying we can't get results, we can, but it will just be slightly less accurate, or take us longer to figure out what's actually happening, that kind of thing. So just depends on the person, their comfort levels around tracking, what they're comfortable with and things like that. And
how do clients track? How do you recommend they track? They just download like
usually just MyFitnessPal. Okay. Or like sometimes clients that are really, really new, but they probably need a little bit more like reliance on me. Then I get them to take photos, and then I'll look at the food.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. So on the app we used like they can just upload like a photo diary kind of thing. Then I'll look at it. I'm like, all right, portioning. And then you can tell like, all right, the chicken's like this big, and then whatever.
And the carbs are like this much.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, if you want to, like, nothing wrong with what you're eating, but if you want to like build a bit more muscle, then we're going to have to need a bit more chicken in this meal. Like then you kind of sort of point to what they're already eating and be like, all right, next time you make this meal again, just like adjust the portion a little bit so that it's more catered to the goal that you're after. Things like that. So work with what they've already kind of got. And then it's a lot easier for them to sort of understand from that point of view. Because they're already kind of doing half the work. You just got to adjust their portioning and things like that, whatever.
I'm not trying to steal your answer, but I can imagine that some clients, you might be like, let's track for a month. You get a baseline of how much you're eating, whether that be through the app or through the food diary. And then we can stop it, and then we can adjust during that 1 month to, up, less, more, more, and then after that month we can stop, and then we can kind of just eyeball things from now on.
Or there are clients that have tracked for so long now, they're eyeballing things really, really well, and they kind of roughly know what 2,000 calories look like or whatever. Or people that like meal prep and they roughly eat the same thing every day anyway, so I'm like, okay, just track Monday, Wednesday, and then for the rest of the week, then it's like kind of like the same thing and whatever, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of things to play around with, and just like really depends on the person, what they give you, how comfortable they are, and then you kind of, it's definitely collaborative work as well. So it's fun.
No, 100%. I can imagine. collaboration, if someone were to work with you, or if I went to you in that day
Okay.
one, or after this podcast here to work with yourself, talk me through what the induction is the right word? Induction process looks like with yourself.
Okay. Yeah, like we'll meet, obviously. I'll get to know you a little bit.
As an in person?
Yes, as a new person.
Sorry, in person, sorry.
In person, yes, sorry, yes, and then, usually gym-wise, we'll go through a movement assessment. So mostly just for me to sort of see what we're working with, like what your squats are like, what your pulling is like usually like push, pull, squat, hinge, lunge, that kind of thing, just to go through the basic movements. And then from there, I'll obviously come up with a program, chatting to you through your goals, any particular like strength areas that you want to focus on, things like that. Then we'll come up with a program from there. Talking to you how many days a week you want to train, all that detail is going to get it out of the way, and then write the program from there. Nutrition wise, again, it depends on like what that person has done or hasn't done in the past. I think for me, it's always easier to maximize that person's movement first, and then adjust or tell them to eat less or more. It's always easy to be like, all right, let's try to get to the gym as much as possible, make you as active as possible. Let's try to go out for walks, that kind of thing. And then I'll be like, all right, once all that is kind of done, then I'll kind of like goal nugget little, slightly more protein here, more veggies there, drink more water there. Like that's slightly little things like to sort of like slip in between sessions. But it's always, I think, foundational for me to get someone as active as possible first. Nutrition is just like, it's not harder, but it is more, I find it more personal and more emotional for people compared to just getting them to the gym.
I mean, because the gym, you don't have to do it every day.
Exactly.
Food, you kind of have to eat every day.
Exactly. And for a lot of people, like food is culture, food is emotions. Like there's a lot of other things that are at home that I can't control. And so it's not that it's easier, but I think it's more reasonable to try to educate someone as much to move first, and then be like, all right, let's see what you're doing at home, kind of thing. Okay.
And how do you handle the communication? Is it like, can they message you? Can they like?
Okay. We have like an app that they can message us through.
Oh, perfect.
Sometimes my clients message me on Instagram as well.
Yeah, awesome.
They're very respectful of boundaries and things like that. But yes, they will like if they need anything, I'm more than happy to chat on there as well.
That's awesome.
Oh,
awesome. I think we've gone over just over an hour.
Yes.
I can't believe it. But I'd love to have you on for for part 2 or part 3 even.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
But one of the last questions I had was, where do you see the fitness space moving in the next, 2 to 3 years?
Like a fitness space in general?
Exactly. Do you see more women going into the gym, or do you see more women potentially, going to sports? I know like pickleball and paddle are quite popular at the moment overseas and coming to Australia. Like, where do you see the fitness space transitioning towards?
I can see more women strength training for sure. I think the awareness is increasing, which is very exciting. I think like there are more research coming out just in like, I think there's in like numerous topics. I know there's more research coming out recently with PCOS, which has been renamed now for PMOS or something. So there's more research around that on the women education on that side of things as well, which is really excited. And then so like more women research in terms of like endo and women's health, that kind of thing will be really, really cool if we can get more research out in the next few years. I do think like the fitness space as a whole, like men and women and all other genders, will kind of slowly become more like, I think, inclusive. I think more and more people will get involved because I think there are just so much available out there now. I think as a society, more people are aware. Like I was chatting to my client who just turned 18, right?
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, are you excited? Like, getting your first beer, yada, yada, yada.
First beer?
Nah, I just want to finish school and go to the gym every day. Like, I'm like, how cool is that though?
Awesome,
like, I mean, like that's so cool. So I do think like again, that's one example, but I do think like as a society, we are getting like healthier and like more active in general.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. I think
just my observation, but
and the options are so like a plethora. You get your big box gyms, or I can speak obviously in Australia where we're filming at the moment. Obviously, there's the big box gyms out there. There's high rocks gyms or gyms that get into High Rocks, there's obviously CrossFit gyms.
Yes.
For me personally, obviously there's powerlifting gyms.
Yeah. So many options now.
And obviously for yourself, semi-private studios as well.
Exactly.
So many options out
For
there.
sure.
Along with sports. Like,
exactly. And not just strength training as well. Like you said, I think like there's lots of Pilates studios popping up now.
Yep,
like there's
of
just
course,
so many options. And I think even just like, I feel like I just see more people walking. Do you think so as well?
Yeah,
I see more people going out for walks and
maybe the petrol prices have something to do with that. But definitely.
One good thing that came out of that. And
I think in my own workplace as well.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people being more conscious of how many steps they do.
For sure, 100%.
Or people going down the stairs.
Yes.
A bit more as well. So
absolutely. Yeah, I think that's very exciting. So hopefully,
see.
that's what we're heading to in the next couple of years.
Yeah, no, yes. Super exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, that you said you're an avid listener of the podcast, so this question shouldn't come as a surprise. But for those listening, I have a closing tradition where I ask each guest, "What is the best advice you've ever been given?" Mm-hmm. So, Nat, what is the best advice you've ever been given?
I think when I was, I want to say 13, it was in a book that I was reading, and it says, "Be scared, but do it anyways."
I like
Very
that.
cheesy,
I like
but it stuck with me for like, the past 10 years. So
does that influence most of your decisions in life when you're posting or when you're, going on a new adventure?
Exactly.
You're like, I'm scared, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, be reasonable. Don't jump off a cliff, but but yes, it's been stuck with me for a long time. So I think that will be that.
Awesome. I think that's on that.
you.
Like I said, I'd love to get you on for part 2 or part 3
That'll
in
be
the future.
awesome. What an honor.
But for those listening and viewing, how can they get in contact with yourself? How can they work with you?
You can always subscribe to my Substack.
Yep.
Subscribe.
I'll link that. Yep.
Yes, please. And Instagram at honestly Nat.
Okay.
I think honestly __ maybe. I don't. Maybe 2 underscore.
I'll link it in the
Instagram and
below.
Substack for now.
Yeah, awesome. I'll link in the description below, guys. But no, please subscribe to her Substack.
That's awesome.
Give her a follow. If you want to work with her, she's a DM away.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
Thank you for listening, guys. As always,
Thank you.
like, comment, share, subscribe. Give us high ratings, and
absolutely.
I'll see you in the next episode.
Support this guy.
Cool.